All right, so you're ready for Georgia and Alabama to clash, right?
The game everyone's got circled on their calendars.
But we're not just talking about watching it. We're diving deep.
We're going beyond the hype, past the guesswork.
Think of it like this. We got the data, the real nitty-gritty.
We're going to unpack what these numbers really tell us about these teams.
Exactly. And let me tell you, sometimes one stat jumps out and screams, pay attention!
Oh, absolutely. It's like a hidden advantage, you know?
Okay, so first up, forget just looking at total yards or who has the flashiest players.
Right. We're way past that.
We're talking about how effective each team is play after play.
And that's where EPA comes in. Expected points added?
EPA. All right, now break that down for me.
Simple. How much does each play a team runs improve their chance of scoring? Higher the EPA, the better.
Music to my ears, higher is better. And speaking of, we got to talk about Alabama's rushing, those EPA numbers.
Compared to Georgia's defense, yeah, that's the big one.
It's like those two unstoppable forces about to collide, right?
Alabama, they average almost a whole yard gained per rush.
Wow, okay.
Already, while Georgia's D, they tend to hold opponents to a loss on average.
Hold up, that's a massive difference. Are we saying Alabama's just going to run all over them then?
Hold your horses. It's not that simple. Look, Alabama's run game, it's a force, no doubt.
Okay. All right, I hear it.
But Georgia's defense, they're elite. Bending, not breaking, you know.
So, not a runaway train for Bama, but still, sounds like they got to lean into that run game.
Seems like it.
But what about Georgia's offense, then? Can they keep up through the air?
That's where it gets real interesting, because they're rushing. It's average at best. And they're facing this Alabama D that's statistically...
Don't tell me statistically.
A brick wall, top-ranked, straight-up monsters.
Talk about an uphill battle. Yikes. But there's always more to the story, right? There's got to be another angle here.
Always. And this one's often overlooked. Field position.
You mean where they start each drive? Honestly, I don't always notice that when I'm watching.
Most fans don't. But starting deep in your own territory, it's a killer. Huge disadvantage.
Okay, I'm getting you. So how do these two teams stack up in that department?
Let's just say Georgia knows how to make life tough. Second best in the nation at pinning teams deep.
Wow. All right. So even if Bama's offense is rolling, that starting point changes things, huh?
Completely. Imagine starting a race steps behind everyone else. Got to work that much harder.
Love it. All right. So we got this powerful Bama run game. Georgia's D is suffocating, and this whole field position battle on top of it. What else we got to factor in to really get this matchup?
Well, we talked about the ground game, but what about those explosive plays? Time to break down the passing game. So passing, it's not just about chucking the ball around, right? It's about efficiency, moving the chains through the air.
Yeah, got to make those yards count. What stat are we looking at here?
EPA per dropback, basically how much progress a team makes every time the QB drops back to pass.
EPA, we've seen that before. So like the rushing version, but for passing.
All right, you got it. And Bama, they're looking real good here. Solid gain with each dropback, top 25 in the nation.
All right, efficient offense, we knew that. But going up against Georgia's D, how worried should they be?
This is where it gets tricky. Georgia's pass defense, it's good.
Good. Or good enough.
Top 10, good. But against a top-tier QB, that's slight difference. It can be the difference, you know? Like they say, offense sells tickets, but...
Defense wins championships. Classic.
Exactly.
So Georgia might hold them back for a while, but Bama could still break through. Okay, what about actually putting points on the board?
Scoring efficiency. Now we're talking. Alabama's rocking a 43.9% Eckel rating.
Whoa, hold up. Eckel rating. Some of our listeners may be saying, what in the world is that?
Fair enough. Think of it like this. It's like field goal percentage, but for all types of scoring. Higher percentage means a team is better at turning drives into actual points. Doesn't matter how they get it done, touchdown, field goal.
Got it. So 43.9 for Alabama.
That's
good.
Real good. They know how to finish drives.
Makes sense. But on the flip side, we got Georgia's D, and they've been stingy all season long. What do the numbers say about their ability to stop teams from scoring?
This is what's wild. Their Eckel rate, ridiculously low. One of the best in the country at just shutting down scoring, period.
So even if you manage to score on them?
Doesn't happen often, and it's not going to be easy points.
Love that. Okay, but games aren't just about preventing points, right? You got to have that clutch factor tips.
Absolutely. Got to deliver when it matters most. Third and fourth down, those pressure cooker moments.
Do or die. Who's got the edge there?
Alabama's got the advantage here. Converting over half their third and fourth downs puts them top 14 in the nation.
Okay, so they're staying on the field.
Keeping those drives alive, wearing down the defense. Not good news for Georgia if they can't get off the field.
Yeah. Because then their own offense can't get going. It's like a domino effect.
Exactly. But hey, it's not all about those high-pressure downs.
Oh, right. Got to think bigger picture.
Got to control the game from the start. Early downs, people underestimate those.
Because if you're always stuck in 3rd and long, you're in trouble, right?
Exactly. And Alabama, they excel at this, averaging a great gain on early downs. Top 10 in the country.
So they're not even letting it get to 3rd and long that often.
They're staying ahead of the chains, avoiding those drive-killing situations. Textbook stuff.
And we know Georgia's defense, they've been dominant on early downs all season long. They're like that one friend.
The one who always seems to be one step ahead of you. Always knows what you're going to do.
Exactly. So it's strength against strength. Alabama wants to control the tempo and keep those chains moving. Georgia's defense wants to disrupt that rhythm and force punts. It's going to be a chess match to see who comes out on top. So, after all this, where do we land? What's the prediction? All right, you've got me on the edge of my seat. Deep dive complete. Stats are in. Lay it on me. What's the prediction for this epic showdown?
Okay, so based on everything, the data says Georgia 20.
Okay.
Alabama 27.
Wow. Closer than I thought, I got to say. I was really seeing Georgia's defense being a bigger factor.
Oh, they're going to be a factor. Don't get me wrong. They'll make Bama work for it.
But it's still going to be an Alabama win. So what's tipping the scales there?
Alabama's offense, man.
Yeah.
That consistency, especially early on.
Right. We talked about that. Dominating those early downs, keeping the pressure on.
Exactly. They get that run game going, keep those chains moving. Georgia's going to be playing catch-up all day.
And that's a tough ask against this Alabama D.
Tough ask is putting it mildly. But that's football, right? It's not just about scoring. It's about controlling the clock, keeping the other team's offense off the field.
Chess match. All right, so we've seen how Alabama's efficiency, especially early on, might just be the difference maker. But Georgia's defense, they can shut things down. It's going to be good.
Down to the wire, I'm thinking.
This is why we love it, folks. Two incredible teams. The stats tell a story, but the game's played on the field. Can't wait to see how it unfolds. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Make sure you check out the next episode. We'll be breaking down another big matchup. Until then, enjoy the game.